Hey ladies and gentlemen, Simon here with another episode of Naruto to watch. We saw the opening episode, the introduction to the series, and it did have its issues. I felt that the English dub wasn't quite as slick as it could be, but I've been told that it does get better from, here on out in terms of they obviously get more used to the characters. They get better at the dubbing, so we're going to stick with it. Naruto himself was a little bit agitating, but again, that is intentional, and I can see why it's intentional because he's a kid who wants attention, hasn't grown up with a family, and is just trying to prove himself in the eyes of his peers in the village. I enjoyed the first episode, and the premise of it again is an interesting one. Naruto is like this cast out because he was, this nine-tailed fox was kind of sealed within him. So now everyone treats him like he's got leprosy or something, and you have to feel bad for him in a way. The first episode certainly didn't shy away from throwing us into some danger right away, as you saw that. Naruto was almost kind of set up by being given the location of this scroll of the seal or whatever it was called, and then being chased down by the entire village and almost killed by the guy who told him where to find it. His sensei interrupted and saved him, and then they went and had ramen. So it ended happily enough. In the meantime, Naruto learned how to do his clone jutsu, which he ended up being really good at. At the start of the episode, couldn't do it. Had a terrible clone. Failed the class, but then he ended up perfecting it, and, it was pretty good. So, one of the things that I've been a little bit confused about, and I think this was mentioned in one of my streams on Twitch, people told me to skip the filler, which is always a weird concept for me, because I know the filler doesn't necessarily always contribute to the main story. And some people don't enjoy filler because they find it boring or slow or whatever. I've never had too much of an issue with filler. As long as it serves some kind of purpose and some kind of a character development, then, I don't mind it too much. Now, someone said to me that the filler in this show is like from episode 143 to 219, which doesn't make sense to me. There's only 220 episodes in this show, so again, I'm going to ask for your advice in the comments on what the filler is, what to do with it, what you think would be best. Because either way, I'm going to have to watch it. And then people say, well, some reactors, they just kind of, they sort of skip through the filler. And I'm like, well, how do you do that? You've still got to watch it. And if it's like 60, 70 episodes, it's a lot of filler. Just let me know in the comments, once again, what you think. But in the meantime, we're going to jump in. Before we do, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters: Frank Tremel, TheLoneDetective, Karen Abel, Ace, Nick Walters, The Seven Deadly Sins, Damon Smallwood, and Michael Y. So, without further ado, let's jump in and see what happens. Oh.
My name is Konohamaru.
Okay, that's interesting. Konohamaru. Wow. What? Why are you in your... Oh my god. A 12-year-old boy should not have access to a jutsu like that. He's just given the old man a brain hemorrhage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry, kid.
My grandson, another headache.
That was his grandson.
All right, you're the one who tripped me, aren't you?
I already hate this kid.
Hey, you! Take your hands off of him right now!
Now that he knows who I am, he won't dare lay a finger on me.
Ah, I see. This kid's got a bit of a
What's the matter, huh? I thought you were gonna hit me.
superiority complex.
The third Hokage is my grandfather?
His dad is so dramatic.
You mustn't stoop to his level. As your elite ninja trainer, I am never wrong, which means I'm always right. I'm far above the other trainers, so heed my
Oh
every word.
god, I can see where he gets his attitude from.
Become the next Hokage, and I can teach you the best way to do it.
How did he grow up to be like that?
You're a terrible parent.
Son's quite determined. That was his 20th sneak attack today.
Today?
Starts running around with Naruto.
Just kick him in the face, Naruto. Once he gets close, just give his nose a good bashing.
I know that you're following me, so just
He's
give
holding
it
it the
up.
wrong way.
Please, boss. Huh? Boss?
Boss. He might like that.
Boss, boss, boss.
He might like that indeed.
I refuse. No, you were just reading that whole thing. Yo,
That is how you learn.
I've
You
always
read
wondered
stuff.
how to do ninja techniques, but it really comes down to one thing. No problem. Here I go, boss.
This could...
Transform. Well, do
Oh no. Oh no.
The clothes kind of look like her. You did it. Why am I the one that gets whacked around?
So child abuse is an accepted form of behavior in this town.
Female beauty, right, boss?
Okay. Yes, please.
Not a library, Naruto.
Also, you're underage. I know, he's still in the same clothes.
Why do they only whack me? No, go! You've got to make her skinnier. Skinnier, right, boss?
It's like a representation of society's standards on sexiness.
Curvier, right?
Skinnier. Curvier. They are the only acceptable standards. I'm beginning to see why the grandson is the way he is, because the father is a dick.
But no one calls me that name. Not one person.
They just call him honourable grandson.
That's because when they look at me, they don't really see me. All they see is the honorable grandson of the Lord Hokage. No one knows who I am.
Damn, the kids in this town have some real psychological issues.
We're gonna accept a squirt like you? A kid can't just turn into a Hokage after a day or two.
He asked that when Naruto grew up, he should be regarded as a hero.
A hero?
But he hasn't been.
The fourth Hokage defeated the fox by sealing its spirit in a newborn baby. People are driven by fear. Many think the beast could take over Naruto's body.
But you've just said that not that many people know.
And their children feel their fear and hatred, and they turn against Naruto as well.
So the kids don't really know, but the adults do.
Said about such things, Iruka.
You don't even know one jutsu.
Transform!
He does, technically. Is he gonna be...
Hi there.
Oh, he mastered it.
Hey, he's not defeated.
What kind of scandalous technique is that?
Yeah, it's...
Tasteless vulgarity can never influence me.
Shadow Clone Jutsu!
There we go.
Whoa! This is unreal!
Damn the riff on this. Oh, he's got his crystal ball out. God knows what he uses that crystal ball for.
Come on, boss.
Oh my god, there's so many. See, that jutsu just causes brain hemorrhages. That's the real power.
Jutsu. Found one person who believes in me. To find that
The
one
sensei.
I had to get knocked down a lot. So you better make sure that you're ready. If you really want to be a Hokage, you're gonna have to defeat me in battle.
I always wondered if the lines on his face, are they supposed to be like Is that hair? Or
I'm
is...
not going to be your apprentice anymore.
Because it kind of looks like whiskers that you might find on like a fox.
But I accept your challenge, and someday we'll fight for the title of Lord Hokage.
Is that how this series is going to end?
So let's look forward to that day. Konohamaru.
He used his name. Oh god.
At last, he's finally started down the path to becoming a true ninja.
Okay, so I'm beginning to think that the village that they are all in, is it Konohamaru was the name he said it was, the ancient name of the village. It should just be renamed to the village of messed up children, because so far, like, the two main young characters that we've seen, Naruto and Konohamaru, they have both had some deep psychological issues. And they're both very much alike in that way, in that they both feel ignored. They both feel as though people don't know them and they judge them by, external factors. For Naruto, it's obviously the nine-tailed fox issue, and for Konohamaru, it's being the noble grandson of the Hokage. So, it makes sense for them to kind of relate. But, I mean, at first, I really didn't like Konohamaru. He seemed like entitled, spoiled, brattish. And I'm pretty certain that his trainer, I'm pretty sure that's his dad. The son of the Hikagu. And you can see 100% where Konohamaru gets his negative traits. It's from that guy. That guy is the epitome of arrogance, of, just pure elitism. He thinks he's better than everyone else. He's got a massive ego. He's just not a pleasant person at all. And if that's the case, I really worry about, like, the sort of noble Hikage. He can't be... He's a terrible parent, He doesn't seem like a brilliant grandparent either. And so it makes me think, well, what makes him a good teacher? He doesn't seem all that wise. And in fact, in this episode, he even questioned himself. And it's like, I said to myself, it's not often you see in these kinds of shows where there's like the wise old man where he like questions himself on things. Like, they're always so certain, they're always so sort of confident in their own knowledge. And less so for him, But again, also, you could change the name of the village to the Village of Child Abuse, because, I mean, how many times did Naruto get beat up in this episode? I mean, not necessarily, you would say that if he was an adult, it would probably be justified. You try and sneak your way into a women's shower, or wherever it was, dressing room. Yeah, you're going to get beat up, But I mean, he's still a kid. But then he's a kid who's also got a sexy jutsu, which just seems so wrong. But it's effective because it apparently gives men brain hemorrhages. So it's an effective form of offense, But I have to say, I did find in this episode, Naruto seemed a lot more grounded, a lot more pleasant, a lot easier to relate to. I wasn't going around going, oh, I don't like this kid. He's arrogant. He's smarmy. He's whiny. That wasn't the way he was this episode. So already there's a massive improvement from him in the first episode. And it was kind of like Konohamaru was going through a similar kind of transformation from snidey brat with horrible, horrible arrogance to him to being a bit more bearable, And again, it's through Naruto to achieve that. So he's already becoming a little bit of a teacher for everyone. But no, it was an interesting episode. We are certainly learning more about the village and about the characters. I'm assuming Konohamaru is going to be a regular. Whether they actually do become rivals, I'm not so certain. But it would be ironic if the show ended on them two fighting out, to be the Grand Hikage, or whatever it was called, So yeah. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you for the next one.